Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Agriculture, Director General of the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Ricky Ramraj, Member of Parliament, Mr. Faisal Jafar Ali, Dr. Waldron, CEO GLDA, staff from the Ministry of Agriculture, Vice Chairman, MMA, Manager, NDIA, engineers, representatives from the Bath Woodley Park NDC, Blairmont, Gerdeland, Rosignol, Zealous, and Union Narstigai, councillors of the Regional Democratic Council, Region Number 5, Regional Executive Officer, Mr. Sadiq Ismail, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, a pleasant good morning to you. Good afternoon, sorry. And let me welcome you to this very important engagement whereby 4 NDCs in Region Number 5 will be benefiting from the Ministry of Agriculture program, and they will receive 1 mini excavator each. Indeed, it's a historic moment for us in this region, knowing that we'll be better able to manage our drainage and irrigation system within the residential areas and part of the farming community. So, without any further, I will now ask the Director General of the Ministry of Agriculture to bring brief remarks to you. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together.
Thank you very much, Regional Chair, Honorable Minister, MP, heads of the various departments of the Ministry of Agriculture, NDC councillors, chair, vice chair, other persons here today. A pleasant good afternoon. Today, we are very pleased to be part of this activity. A very simple but impactful. The outcomes of this activity will be very, very impactful. And it goes to show the commitment of the Ministry of Agriculture and the government and the direction which we want to go. If you trace what has been happening since the inception of our president and the stewardship of our minister, you will see the kind of various stages of development and the trajectory, meaning where it starts and how it continues to improve year by year by year. To such an extent that last year was one of the most productive years in the history of agriculture in our country. Look at what rice has done. For the first time in the history or the inception of rice cultivation in our country, we have surpassed the 700,000 tons target. And all the other agencies under the Ministry of Agriculture has been doing well. Live crop, the head of live crop is right here, grew by 24%. Other crops grew considerably. And so the direction on which we are going. Today, it's a new step, another step forward under the stewardship of our Honorable Minister. And this year has to take a new dimension, meaning excavators to councillors. Who would have thought that out of agriculture, now we are looking at homestead and residents and where people are living to better their condition. And you know, all of this is about what? All of about this is improving people's livelihood. This is what our government is about. This is what the Ministry of Agriculture is about. This is what every single government official is about, is to work towards improving the livelihood of every citizen in the country, every community in this country, so that we can look at our budget, the $1.3 trillion budget that was recently passed. All that you can think about that budget, whether it's hospital, whether it's education, whether it's infrastructure, it's all about the people. Easing people's life, whether it's to transportation, education, as I said, health, agriculture, and all of it. So today is another step in the correct direction so that we can enhance the livelihood of people and communities within this region and our country as a whole. So let me thank you for being here today, and please, I know Minister will reinforce this, the equipment the excavators that will be given to you all to use in the most efficient manner, and so that we can have good outcomes with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ramraj, for highlighting the developments that are taking place in the agriculture sector, both in our region and nationally, and also for sharing with us the use of the excavators that will be given to the 4 NDCs this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Region 5 is moving forward and moving very fast, especially when it comes to the agriculture sector. And that is because of the visionary leadership of our Honorable Minister. He has been in this region more than many of you will be traversing in various communities within Region number 5. And only recently, just a few weeks ago, Minister was in the region, and now today again, he is here to bring something good that will, change the way we are doing things within our community. And so I will now invite the Honorable Minister to make his presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together.
Thanks very much. So, thanks Regional Chairman, Member of Parliament, DG, other officials from the Ministry of Agriculture, special invitees, NDCs, chairs, and vice chair. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to be here this afternoon. And as the Regional Chairman rightly said, it's a simple ceremony that we are here to hand over to the region, to the NDCs, these machines, and that will make a difference in the community. And I want to say here today that as a government, what we are trying to do to ensure that, as the Director General would have alluded to earlier, that as a ministry, agriculture ministry, or Ministry of Agriculture, we are not only looking at the agriculture aspect of development in the country, but you know for a fact that whether it's rain or sun, when you have the dry weather or you have heavy rainy period, the Ministry of Agriculture through the NDIA has to play an important role, and in this region through the MMA. So when there is no water, we have to have water for the irrigation. When there is a lot of water, we have to get proper drainage. And what we are trying to do now, we are trying to create a comprehensive drainage system for the country. And the Regional Chairman just said that 2 weeks ago, we were at Trafalgar out there commissioning a pump station at a cost of over $200 million. That is part of the comprehensive system that we are talking about, the modernization of the drainage system. And likewise, what we are doing in Region 5, we are replicating that across the country. Region 6, Region 3, Region 2, and all the regions. Because you know for a fact that one of the problems over the years has been drainage. Drainage, and in the agriculture area, irrigation. So drainage and irrigation, and in the housing area, drainage. So we have to ensure that we put a system in place, modernize the system, make the system work so that we can alleviate the problems that people have been suffering over the years. And what we are seeing in the country, we are seeing a revolution taking place in the various sectors. We are seeing a modernization of the infrastructure, not only in agriculture, but in other sectors, for example, in the health sector. We are seeing massive transformation taking place. Right here in your region, we are having a state-of-the-art modern hospital being built at Bath Experiment. So the services that you all just normally go down to Georgetown for, you'll have it right here in your region. That's the kind of thing, bring service to the people. Education, when you look at the education, you look at the expenditure in the education sector is massive. Today, Guyana is leading the Caribbean in terms of passes in the CSEC examination, the CAPE examination, and other examination in the Caribbean. And that didn't come about because we know Guyana has bright students, but that didn't come about because we have a wish and we say students must pass these exams. It came about because of the investment over the years. The health sector is being modernized now. It came about because of the investment. You go across the Caribbean, and this is things you can relate to. You go across any country in the Caribbean, even some country in North America or other part of the world. You can go to Guyana, go into the hospital, the government hospital, the GPHC, and come out back with a free stent operation. You go into the United States, you have to pay thousands of US dollars. Other parts of the Caribbean, we are the only government that normally give this thing free. Of course, at the Caribbean Heart Institute, you have to pay some time, but you go in there, you don't have money, the government pay it for you. The housing sector, we are seeing massive transformation being taking place. We said in the campaign in 2020 that we will deliver 50,000 house lots. And we are on course to deliver that. Build new homes for professionals. We are now seeing, we are modernizing the water system in our country. More residents now are receiving treated water. So all these developments are taking place. And when you look at the agriculture sector, I don't want to blow our own trumpet, but we are seeing a massive revolution taking place. Not only in D&I, drainage and irrigation. We come and talk about the productive sector, the livestock sector. We are doing new things. Only yesterday, Dr. Waldron was at my office, and we were talking about increasing the new technology that we brought in Guyana, that is embryo transplant. We have already have over 50 new calf that we have already breed through the embryo transplant. Dr. Waldron told me that we have over 70 new breed of animal now in the cattle to help farmers to increase their breed. Right here, the president was here not so long ago when he said, and he launched the black belly sheep program. We received from Barbados 1,000 black belly sheep. We have since replicated that, and we have already have 1,000 more coming out of those that we brought from Barbados. So we have 2,000 now. And that is the brand that we are increasing. We are now going into new crops. We are not only increasing production in the traditional area, like rice, other crops, cash crop, vegetable, fruits and vegetables. But we are going to new crops. Last year we planted 12,000 acres of corn and soya. We increased it from 3,000 acres the year before to 12,000 acres last year. And this year we are hoping to increase that to 25,000 acres, where we can be self-sufficient in saving approximately 40 million US dollars in importing this here. Those are the new things that we are talking about. We have now engaged the young people, youth. Young people, you know, young people has a different perception about agriculture. They feel that agriculture is not for them. Agriculture is for the mature people. Agriculture is for people who never went to school. But we are changing that perception. And we have hundreds of young people today that are involved in agriculture, that are making their livelihood from agriculture. People who would have gone to the University of Guyana and came out with a degree, agronomy, who would have went to the Guyana School of Agriculture, came out with a diploma, never was involved in agriculture. Today we are now engaging those persons, and hundreds of them are in agriculture, earning their livelihood from agriculture. We are modernizing the sector. We have over 600 shade houses being built across the country. This year alone, we will build another 200 shade houses. And leaving out the shade houses that we have been building over the years in terms of producing high-value crops, things like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, you name it. Those things are being sold in the hospitality industry, in the oil and gas industry. We are now moving to a higher level where we have implemented and started hydroponics. We have one of the largest hydroponics farms in the Caribbean at Manripo. At any one time we could produce 100,000 plantlets. We are now building those and replicating those across our country in regions 2, 5, and 10. We are building 3 of those large hydroponics farms. Right here at Fort Wellington, if you go now, we already completed the entire structure of the hydroponic farm. We are now putting in the trays with the plants. 100,000 plantlets. Young people from Region 5 will be involved there, will be earning their livelihood there. That's the kind of vision of the PPP civic government. We are not telling our young people to make pepper sauce and fry breadfruit and cook food and sell on the road for dark food. We are engaging them in productive things, things that can bring long-term benefit to the young people of our country. We are engaging the women population, single parents. We started the Cut Rose project, where we are targeting single parents. They are purchasing a rose from the Cut Rose farm at Manripo for between $200 to $500. And they going back out on the road and sell it for $1,500 to $2,000. You who normally purchase rose for special occasion will tell you will know the cost for a rose. So all these opportunities we are making available to the people of our country. We have started the production, or not the production, the cultivation of black-eyed peas and red beans, large scale, in the Kimbia area. We are now building the roads. The roads have already been completed almost. We are now putting in 12,000 tons of silos there. And we have massive, if you look at the President's Facebook page or the Ministry of Agriculture Facebook page, you'll see massive cultivation of black-eyed peas. By the mid this year, or before the end of this year, we will not only be self-sufficient in stopping the importation of black-eyed peas in this country, but we will be a net exporter to the Caribbean. Those are the things, those are the vision that we have. Leaving out rice cultivation this year. Last year we produced, as the comrade rightly said, that we had a record-breaking production last year in producing 725,000 tons of rice. This year the target has been set to 804,000 tons. And we are very optimistic that we'll make that target and surpass that target this year. For the first time, for the longest while, I don't know when, this scheme here has surpassed the 100,000 acres. 100,000 acres in this scheme here. You could see the development taking place. So when the opposition comes and talk about development, that we can't, they are not saying, these are the things we must talk about. The politics that they are engaging are disruptive politics. Right here this afternoon, I asked the regional chairman and member of parliament to invite the 4 NDCs official to come here this afternoon to receive a piece of machine that will be beneficial to their community, A piece of machine that will give them proper drainage, that they will use to enhance their community. And because of politics, the NDC at Union Narsegate, or what you call it, the Bushlat, the chairman and the overseer is not here. That's the kind of petty politics the opposition play. This would benefit the community, not benefit the government, or benefit the Minister of Agriculture, the President. This here will benefit the community. I heard just now that they refuse to come. You have to get a counselor to come to receive it. That's the kind of petty politics. And we have to move away from those petty things. We have to move away from those petty politics. That is why when you listen to the Vice President's press conference on a Thursday, the only thing that the opposition is using, they're talking about race. Using race to divide the people in this country. Well, we have good news for them, because today people are seeing through them. We are seeing that development is taking place right across this country. You could live in Buxton, you can live in Victoria, you can live in Ithaca, you can live in Port Morant or Bushlat or Bath. The same kind of development will take place. We're giving the machine to some NDC, the large NDCs in this part of the region. We included Bushlat, or the Union Narsegate NDC. I want to say that in region number 5, we are trying as much as possible, because I was instructed by both the Vice President and President that to look at the various NDCs to make them more responsive to the needs within the community. So, as the GG rightly said, that I am looking to get these machines to the various NDCs. And your region is the first region that will have all the NDCs, all 10 NDCs will have a piece of machine like this to desilt the internal drain. You have 10 NDCs in this region, and you will have today with this 4, have 10 mini machine to do work across this region. So we have completed region 5. We are working in region 4 now to do region East Coast, East Bank, region 6. So within a year, less than a year from now, within a few months from now, all the local government bodies across the country will have a piece of machinery. That's kind of vision. We are making you more responsive. So when people come to here and you get issues with drainage in your community, you don't have to call on the NDIA, because the NDIA looking after the big canals, the major infrastructure. You will have a piece of machine, a piece of equipment, to respond to those requests. So this afternoon I'm happy. And as I said, we are engaging and we want to create a comprehensive drainage system across the country. And very shortly, we have already started in Region 6, the massive Hope Light Canal, where we are building 2 massive Hope Light Canal at Manchester, Lancaster, 51, 52. We have already built an embankment from number 66 to Kanji, so that we can keep away the backland water to come in to the drainage system of the cultivation area and the housing area. So we have those high-level canals that will drain the water directly from the backland right onto the Atlantic, whereas those stress that used to be placed on the drainage and cultivation drainage system would not be there when we have heavy downpour of rain. The same thing we are doing in Region 5. We are building an embankment from Mahaika right onto Ithaca, almost 90 kilometers of embankment to keep away the backland water. Part of that contract have already been awarded, and we are building a number of Hope Light Canal places like Cottage, Danzig, right here at Abari, Hope Light Canal, high-level canal, that will drain the water from the backland right onto the Atlantic, so that your cultivation and housing area would not have those areas. We are also looking at Region 3, a place you call Beeline, to do another Hope Light Canal there. So you could see the massive, integrated, comprehensive drainage system that we are talking about. So you will see that very shortly. Works will commence in this area shortly, as Region 6 have started. Within a matter of week, you will see already contractors have already been mobilized to take their machine there from the back to start the work. And the cost for these, the investment is massive. Is approximately $23 billion will be invested in these massive mega projects to drain our country. You know, so I am looking, and let me tell you something, we are transforming lives in this country. When we talk here, and these things like in agriculture, these machines, I was very, very heartened the last time I came here, and I gave two pieces of equipment here. Two female person was here, and I employed them on the spot. You know why? We have made, that has been, this operation of these machines, or operators for these machines, normally been dominated by male. We are changing that now. We are changing that completely through the program, or through the BID program, through the Ministry of Labor. We are now training a number of young people to be operators for heavy-duty machinery like these. And I'm looking forward, within the NDCs, if we can replicate that and have those female who are trained operators, we can employ them to work these machinery. These machines will be under still the NDIA. They will service it. The NDI will service these machines. They will pay the operator. They will manage it. You will have to decide. You will have that power to decide where the machine works. Where the machine works. Because I know for a fact that the NDC doesn't have the capacity to carry the load of this machine. For example, paying the operator, fuel costs, maintenance costs, and things like that. So rather than I give the NDC and you carry it home and say, look, I get a machine, and 2 weeks after it stop working, I get money, it will still be under the operation of NDIA. They will pay this operator, they will fuel the machine, they will maintain the machine, and you will play the most important role of directing the machine and supervising the machine, where it goes. Where it goes. So that's the line that we'll give here this morning. I am happy to be here. I hope that we can get those machines, or these machines, operable within a week, less than a week from now, and we can start desilt all the internal drain. And I don't want this machine to be misused. Let me be very frank. I'm making it here public here today. Many times we give out machines across the regions, and sometimes you go here and machine doing that man work, machine doing that man work, machine doing, and neglecting the entire community works. This machine that we are given will be supervised by the NDC, overlooked by the RDC, but we must ensure that we have maximum usage of this machine. It must service the community. It must bring a difference in the community. And we must desilt all the internal drains. So start with a program. By tomorrow, by Monday, I need to see a program from the NDC. Must start it and let us work that program. And let us now we have machine in all the NDCs. The chairman is here, the MP is here. I want now to all the NDCs must have a machine placed within those NDCs so that we can start the desiltation of the canals. Right? I don't want when I come back here, people come and tell me that the internal drain need excavation and the machine now work. Every single NDC now in this community, in this region 5, has a machine, and the machine must be placed within those areas. So number the machine. Where is the engineer from NDI? Adrian here? Look, I want the machine to be number. So number 1 in Blaymont, and the end at Mahika. What is the NDC name? Woodlands Farm. Woodlands Farm, number 10. Right, so number 1 from Blaymont, number 10 at Woodlands Farm. So you know the number. So you'll know where the machine are placed, which NDC control which number of the machine. Right? You agree with me? So comrades, let me thank you very much. I once again want to thank His Excellency the President for this initiative, for instructing the directors that this machine must be placed in the various NDCs. I hope that you make full use of it and we make it beneficial to the community. That's the commitment of the PPP civic government. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, a lot of transformation is taking place in the agriculture sector. And this afternoon, I must say it's a very good one for us. I am very happy to know that all the NDCs will be having an excavator now, because in the past, we would have had difficulties in getting all the drains and so cleared, right? So thank you very much, Minister. We do appreciate you coming here and handing over these excavators, and we look forward to work in collaboration with your ministry to ensure that we better the livelihood of our people in region number 5. So ladies and gentlemen, as we coming to a close to this afternoon program, I will now like to call on Miss Alana from the Rosignol Zealous NDC to give the vote of thanks. Kindly put your hands together.
Good afternoon, everyone. Special good afternoon to Honorable Minister of Agriculture, the General Director, Member of Parliament, Mr. Jafar, our Regional Chairman, our Mr. I can't remember his name, Mr. Waldron. Dr. Waldron, sorry. And all special invitees. This afternoon, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister of Agriculture for this timely intervention, and also the government of Guyana. His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Infan Ali, and also our General Secretary. We would like to say a special thank you. We would like to say a special thank you for this timely intervention. We, the NDC of Region 5, promise you, Minister, that these machines will be put to use so it will benefit the various NDC in Region 5. It will also benefit our constituency in Region number 5. And once again, a very big thank you for these machines that were given to us today. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Alana. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now go for the ribbon cutting. First, I would like to invite the representatives from the NDC. Kindly make your way to the area where the excavators are. And also, I will ask that the engineers from NDIA, MMA, and all of you that are present here to join us for the handing over. Thank you.
Alano. Mr. Watt. Alano.
Please don't stand in front.
Chairman, turn on the side.
Where y'all going to start the machine? Where y'all living on?
Stepping in now.
You know
Bike slow, man.
where the application is? Get it already? Give me Good. So you're already there, right? You're always in front of everything. Yeah, very good. The bike is not working.
Air trap.
The bike is not working.
Send me the application.